Hi, Tom Cole, the coach for Steve Taylor Community Star, and I'm here with the star of the Blade, Barbara Handel. It's an incredible young lady. We're so excited to have her here. The boss, Mr. Steve Taylor, and Patches Crosby. And it's a new nickname for superstar Terry Crosby. Steve and I and Terry have talked about this, so very excited to have you here. What you've done in the Blade, what are we talking now, 26?
28 years.
28 years.
28 years. The
society page, and I kind of see it differently. You cover everything, and you've been so good to us. We appreciate all of Steve's events that you've covered in Cross, and you're always there for everybody. But I kind of reverse engineer this, and I'll give you this thought. I was thinking about you yesterday coming on, and what you do in the community. You present these events, right, in the paper so well. The pictures, the write-ups, everything. But you raise money for these organizations in a reverse engineered way. You create awareness for these groups. So the next time they go to raise money, they say, hey, I saw Barbara's article about it, boom, here it is. So not only are you making the community aware of these great events, but you're indirectly raising money for them by creating that awareness. And how does it make you feel? Because you're helping so many great causes.
Well, when they hired me at the Blade, in fact, actually John Block did, he wanted to diversify the page. And he said, it's not the same five, founding families anymore.
Right.
We need to get everybody inspired to help the community. And so I thought the best way to do that is to go ahead and, cover these fundraisers, go to different things like that, because all of the people that are involved in the community support all the fundraisers.
Right.
And that's really a good way to get it, and it encourages other people to get involved, hopefully inspiring them to say, gee, maybe I'll do a little fundraiser, even if it's a spaghetti dinner.
Right.
And then later on, it gets to be more.
Right.
I've covered things that 25 years ago, they started off and they made $500, and now they're making $50,000 or more.
Absolutely. You created awareness.
Right. And so that's what it's all about.
Yeah,
It really is.
Incredible.
It's probably been rewarding for you too to see some of these organizations start 25 years ago as a smaller organization, and then you've been able to watch them in the community, and you've had something to do with that too. So it's got to be rewarding.
It is rewarding. It's very rewarding.
How do you pick? I mean, there's so many things going on in the community, and just from what the little we do, it's got to be daunting for you to be able to say, well, okay, we're going to go to this one, or we're going to cover this one. How do you do that?
Well, sometimes it's difficult because there's so many, and sometimes there'll be like 5 events in one day.
Yeah.
So I can't always get to all of them.
Sure.
But it's nice because people send me photos, and I talk to them on the phone and get the information if I can't be there. I don't know, it just seems to work out. I pick and choose, and if I've done one thing more, one event quite a lot, then maybe I won't highlight that one as much and then get to the other one that I haven't been to. Or if I don't know the people as well, I'll make sure I get to that event. Because they may not know what to tell me and everything. And then the other ones that know, I can call them up and say, hey, this is what happened.
Well, it's great to get you on the show because I think so many people know all the good work that you do, but they don't know enough about you because you're always out there putting everyone else in the spotlight.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's kind of a 24/7 job, but I like it. You have to like people to enjoy this job. And I, don't mind when people call me for different things. I'm glad they do. And in fact, I invite more people to call. That's what it's all about. Getting everybody involved. And as the younger generation comes up, we want to inspire them to do more.
It's role modeling also. That's what you do
really
in the paper. It's role modeling, Cross.
Barbara, you articulate your write-ups so very well. And the thing that I really appreciate, every time I read in the Blade and your write-ups, is the passion that you show and the love that you show different organizations. You know what I mean? I mean, it's absolutely amazing. Where did you get those skills from? And just a little bit about, did you go to college to study journalism or, a little bit of background?
Even growing up, I was always an extrovert and out and about and doing things. Then for college, I went to Ringling School of Art down in Sarasota. So it was a college that didn't just focus on the visual arts, but also on the verbal arts and everything involved. So I did that, and then I moved to Atlanta, and I worked for Ted Turner.
Wow.
That's when I was right out of college.
Yes.
It was an experience.
Yes.
No, it really was. I only stayed there for like not even 5 years, I don't think. But I really learned a lot from that.
Yeah.
I got to do my own TV commercials a couple times, so that was fun. And then I moved, back here. I grew up in Perrysburg, and so I moved back here.
Okay.
I worked at Toledo Edison, I worked at Principal Business Enterprises, all in communications. Then I ended up at the Blade after I went back to graduate school again and got 2 more degrees. Then I worked at the Blade, and I don't know, I've stayed. I never thought I would, just because I thought, oh, well, the society editor, how long am I gonna stay there?
Right.
And it was really fun, because you really have to know a lot about people and enjoy it. And I've learned so much myself over the years. It's not just helping other people, but I've really learned a lot.
Do you have, over the 28 years, you've covered so many different, organizations and some of the, great fundraisers we have locally. Is there one in particular that might stick out in your mind that said, this was really fun, or boy, they should bring back something like this?
Well, I think one that was incredible was for the Toledo Museum of Art, and I'm an emeritus docent there, but they celebrated an anniversary, and they took over the whole peristyle, and they put flooring over the lower level so that you could put tables on top of those chairs. And they had several levels, like you were at some big fancy nightclub.
Right.
And I mean, it was pretty incredible to see that.
Yeah, that would
And
be.
they had all the lighting and everything was beautiful.
Right.
So that was pretty cool. And of course, all the people in the arts were there and the people that supported
Sure.
it.
So Adam Levine, if he's watching, we got to tell him, right?
Yes,
He's
yes.
got to
Be
bring
sure to
back
tell
the
him.
nightclub.
And Roger
Bring
Sewell.
that
Okay,
back.
yep.
I think that's another time to do that because it was very good. It was done by, Susan Reams and Mary Wolf were the
Okay.
chairman.
Yes.
And they were they did an incredible job.
Wow.
It was
Yes.
really neat. So I mean, that was on the big scale, major
Yeah,
big scale.
yes.
But I never look at one event. People say, well, what's the best one? I said, you can't do that because you have to consider everything.
Yes.
How much money they had to spend, they
Right.
might have a small budget, they might have a
Right.
large budget.
Right.
That makes a difference. And the different styles, maybe it's a more casual event, maybe it's a more dressy event. They used to have the sapphire balls for the opera.
Sure.
And that was beautiful because you'd see all the gorgeous gowns and the men in tuxedos and everything. And now it's gotten a little more casual.
For sure.
So I don't know.
Maybe it's time to bring back some of the.
I think it'd be
Yeah,
nice.
yeah, that's fun. Yeah.
And it's not that casual attire isn't,
Yeah.
good, but getting dressed up, all the men, they all look good in their suits and their jackets.
Yes.
And nice sports shirts, and the
Yes.
women look better, and I think they all feel better.
Yes, yeah. Every now and then it's fun to do.
Right,
I mean,
it's fun to do.
It's
Not
fun
on
to
a
do.
regular
You wouldn't want to
basis,
do it
but-
every day, but
Right,
yeah.
right.
Tom was just at the prom, the Sylvania area.
Oh, you were? I'm writing about that.
Oh, yeah,
Yes,
it was a great
yes.
event. It really was. Sylvania Area Family Services returned to the prom. It was a wonderful event. Chris Peterson and Michael C. were emceeing it. They did great. Mary Helen Dara, helps
Yeah.
run the Sylvania Area Family Services, and
Right.
you know the pantry, and
Yep.
Steve has supported that for years.
Oh, that's
and,
fantastic. That's
Yeah,
really
it's
good.
great. It's been a wonderful thing. But I was going to say, Barbara, people throw legend around pretty easily, and you have become a legend in this community, and I don't say that lightly. I mean, people respect you, they respect what you write, and to Cros's point, the manner in which you write, the style.
Well, thank you.
You're positive with everybody, you make people feel good, and that's a style, and not everybody
That's
can do that, and that is such a cool thing to know the impact that you're having on our community on a weekly basis. It's got to fill your heart up a little bit.
It does.
Yeah.
And thank you for saying that. I know, to me, that's the most important thing. If someone comes up to tell me something that's more of a negative news type of thing,
Yeah.
so that's not for my page.
Right.
I don't put that in.
Right.
I stick with the positives.
Right.
And I want to promote things and people, not, tear them down.
Right.
Yes.
It's not the place to had a few too many drinks or something.
Right,
I don't
right.
focus on that.
Yeah, yeah,
that's
yeah,
not,
yeah.
I'm
and that
sure
doesn't
you've
happen
got some
very
stories that you
There
could
are.
probably
Well,
tell.
But afterwards.
After
not
you
now.
retire, Barbara,
Yeah.
the book,
There you go.
Yeah,
There
yeah,
you go.
exactly.
the book could be special.
That could be, could be.
Yeah.
Although even then, it'd be tough to put names or
Yeah,
say
yeah,
some
no, I
things
get
because I
that.
just wouldn't do that.
Yeah, that's not your style.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
not who
just
you
not
are,
me.
and that's not your style. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're such a good person.
Oh,
We appreciate
thank
you.
you.
So much, and I know Steve, as Steve does and Terry does. We were so excited to have you here today.
Well, thanks.
Yeah.
I'm flattered to be here.
It's great to, like I said, have you on the front page and be the spotlight.
Right.
You've
Yeah.
done it for so many other people, so it's
Yes.
great to have you in studio. And
Yes.
thank you for sharing a little bit of your story too. I think it's great for people to
Thank
be able to actually know a little bit more about you because everyone sees you in the paper and
Yes.
knows about what you write
They
down.
do.
So
Yeah.
it was great having you in studio today. Thank you for
Thank
being
you
our
so
community
much.
star and appreciate all you do for us in the community.
Thank you. I appreciate the flattery here.
Oh, that's great. Well, thanks everybody for tuning in. Check out Ms. Handel in the Blade, and you can see all the great work that we're doing in the community. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. We'll see you next time. Have a good one.